first, I just want to thank everyone for being here today. You all opened your arms and your hearts to my mom and dad over the years, and they loved Chattanooga. As many of you know, they didn't want to move here, but they loved Chattanooga, and we thank you for that and for honoring our dad and our family by bringing with us. And I do want to invite everybody back to my home on 200 Madison Street afterwards. If you have the time to come up, we would love to be I'm going to share just a few brief remembrances about Dad, mostly from the last 2 years since Mom died. And I think they are a picture of what Shane so beautifully just was singing about, and it was God's grace and provision that was in Daddy's life and was in our life in these last 2 years. It was a mystery in a lot of ways what happened, but it was beautiful and it was awesome. On TV there was a show called Charlie's Angels. But for Dad, it was Tom's Angels. Now we called them the Pushettes, and that's another story, I won't go into that. But they were truly Tom's Angels. When Debbie Henderson suddenly and mysteriously came into our lives and walked into Garden Plaza, she then introduced us to her friends, Tanita, that Dad called Sweet Tea, and Carrie. Dad affectionately called Debbie Deb. And every time he said Deb, it was just the sweetest thing when we talked to one another. It was a beautiful picture of friendship. And we cannot begin to thank you all enough for loving Dad and for loving us these last 2 years. Because of you, there are memories that we were able to make as a family that we know we would never have been able to make. It was incredible. And I want to share a couple of those briefly. Dad was able to attend Andrew and Natalie's wedding, and he didn't leave early. He stayed until the end. He was able to take 2 trips on the Southern Belle, and he loved the river, and I think that's a little bit of a picture of him growing up in Southern Illinois. He loved being out on the river. He had a birthday park at Coolidge Park. That was for his 93rd birthday. That was another day that he just loved being out on the river. And strangers joined us for that birthday party. My dad was endearing. We got out his tux, and he attended Katie's Cotton Ball. And I have to say I'm a little biased, but he looked very, very easy. It was a fun night and a fun memory for my daughter. We went out to eat numerous times. He participated in so many different activities at Ellen Croft. It was incredible what he did in these last 2 years. And the highlight for him, and I think for us and others, was that he became a part of the choir there, and he could really sing. I mean, we always knew my dad had a beautiful voice, but honest to goodness, it was incredible to see him sing. Last year he sang a solo, the Tennessee Waltz, and he was all sad. He sat and cried, and he was voted king of the Christmas ball at Ellen Croft. And he enjoyed that immensely. He liked that. And not only do we have those memories, but his grandchildren and great-grandchildren, many of which Janie and Andrew's kids are here today, but a lot of our children and great-grandchildren aren't. But they had wonderful grandpa moments with my dad. He was an extraordinary grandfather, and he cherished time with his grandchildren. And he had a really genuine interest in their lives, their activities, what they were doing. He had a genuine interest in their friends. He would sing to their friends. He loved his grandchildren. These last 2 years, we experienced the depth of his courage and his perseverance after Mom died, because as many of you know, his heart was broken in 2. We experienced his boundaries. His yeses were yeses, and some of his no's were no's. And Deb and Carrie and Tanita helped us navigate those waters. And sometimes they were a little difficult, but they were sweet just the same. Sometimes they got us all fired, but we were quickly hired back again. And we experienced the joy when he sang, and others received that joy too. We experienced his sense of humor, his faithfulness, and his endearing smile. We experienced a deeper tenderness in our dad that I don't think we had really experienced before. It was a vulnerability. It was when we would leave and say, "We love you, Dad," or "We love you, Grandpa," and he'd always say, "I love you more. I love you more." Up until the week he died, he would still say, "I love you more." So I know for me personally, what I experienced was my dad at 94 was still teaching me valuable lessons. And that was really sweet. He didn't stop. And he didn't even stop until the day that he took his last breath. Lastly, and most importantly, as we celebrate his life, my dad had a faith that was a foundation in his life. He wrote to Tommy's eldest son on the day that he was born a letter. And I stumbled on that letter and asked Tommy if we could use a little portion of it today. And what he said to Thomas was this: "You are special because you have a God that loves you and will shape your life for good in his world. I hope you will find him, accept his love, and make him a part of your life forever." My daddy did find him in his life. He did accept God's love. He made him a part of his life. And today we can celebrate that he will be with him, and he lives today, and he will be with him. Thank you.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father, and there is no shadow of turning with thee, and thou changest not thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. And great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see, and all I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin, and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, and strength for today, and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine, with 10,000 beside. And great is thy faithfulness, Lord, great is thy faithfulness. And morning by morning, new mercies I see, and all I have needed thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness,